I think it's a sign. I just came here to the crafting guild with all the stuff that I needed for this moneymaker, and I see a green d'hide body on the ground. So as you already know, we'll be tanning leather today with the use of lunar magic, as you can see right here, level 78 to tan leather. We'll be doing black dragon hide because currently this has the highest profit margins, but you know, before you try a moneymaker like this, make sure you check the prices yourself. So yeah, black dragon hide, we put them in there for a low price to buy, let them slowly buy, and it only took about 30 minutes to get everything that we needed, so not too bad. We put an offer in for 3,615, so like I said, just make sure that you do a price check before trying a moneymaker like this. But without further ado, let's get started. Now, as for the items that you will need, really all you need is just the runes to cast the spell. So we need astrals, natures, and fires. Now, the fire you can just get unlimited by having a staff of some sort. We're using the Mystic Lava Staff because it looks cool, and it was the only fire staff that I had in my bank. And then, of course, we just had to complete the full outfit. None of this other stuff is, you know, necessary, but it looks cool. Besides that, of course, like I said, you need the nature runes, the astral runes, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and of course, the dragon hide of your choice. Now, we do have a coin right here. Now, this is just because the spell itself can only tan up to 5 hides at a time. So by having this extra coin slot right here, it ensures that we're only drawing 25 out, and we're not wasting an extra cast on one singular dragon hide. So that's why that's there. You can pretty much put any item here, and it'll serve the same purpose. Now, as for runes, of course, you could also use the staff. I forget what it's called. It's a Bryophytus staff, I think. It's that moss giant boss. You could use that for the nature runes as well. But if we're just going to do this for an hour, I don't really think it's worth buying it and then selling it back at, you know, potentially a loss. But if you do have that, go ahead and bring it because it can save you some money. Now, as for the method, all we're doing is selecting all quantity right here. Left click on this, come over here, select magic, and then tan leather until the entire inventory is tanned. Now, in order to help us out, we're going to be using a plugin called Inventory Viewer. Turning it on shows our inventory in this little window right here, and it's very helpful because it saves us having to go back and forth to see whether we've tanned all the hides. So we can stay on the magic window and not have to worry about going back to our inventory because it's here the entire time. And of course, you can click through it. So yeah, it's pretty nice. And yeah, let's just jump right in. So besides the items that I mentioned that you'll be needing, a cash stack will also be necessary. Preferably 20 million. This will allow you to buy an hour's worth of supply. You can do this with less money, but that just means more trips to and from the GE, which will cut into your profit per hour, especially if you're listing them for a higher margin in hopes of getting a little bit more money. You have to wait a bit to sell them off and buy more supplies. Like I said, you'll need level 78 magic to cast a spell, but you'll also need, of course, the quest Lunar Diplomacy completed to have access to the Lunar Spellbook. And you will also have to do the hard Fremnik diary to have access to this specific spell that we're using, so just keep that in mind. Estimated profit is about 1.5 mil an hour, and experience gained is about 130,000 magic XP, so pretty good. This is assuming, of course, if you are doing at least 1600 casts per hour, which is definitely more than doable, so don't worry about that. And the wiki even has a nice table at the bottom that shows you what the best profit per hide is. This moneymaker is so low effort, it's actually ridiculous how much money you can make doing this. It's like one click every few seconds. It's kind of crazy. You can either try timing the magic XP to where it like jumps right above the inventory viewer plugin before you try casting the spell again, or you can just double click it to queue up the next one, and then whenever your guy casts the spell, that's your cue to click the spell again. So yeah, very low effort and good magic XP and money. Not very AFK because you have to be constantly clicking, but you know, it's pretty good for how much effort is required. It's kind of funny because like while I was doing this moneymaker, it feels, well, I guess it feels the same way as every other moneymaker in this game, right? Everything's just point and click, but it reminds me of that one item that we got from the Crack the Clue 3, the infinite money bag. You know, you can just keep clicking it for one gold piece at a time. This is essentially that, except you're making 1.5 mil an hour instead of like whatever that is. I think it's like it's like less than 100,000. Also, I've been getting some really big ping spikes. Like right here, I'm at 309 and now 600, 700. That's really bad. It's actually freezing right now. So yeah, that will influence the GP per hour. Okay, so after 1 hour of tanning black dragonhide, we were able to get 8,615. GE price shows 31.2 mil. I think when we did this like 3 years ago or something, we got close to like 9100, so you can definitely get more. We did have a bit of server issues here and there. It would freeze for a while, but yeah, nothing too major. Still super easy to get over what the wiki can estimate, which was 8,000, so we'll take it. Let's go ahead and head over to the GE and sell everything off. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there for 36.15 because I was checking prices earlier, and that's what seemed to be a decent price. We'll see if they just insta sell, and none have sold. So as you can see, this is why it's super important for you to do the margin checks beforehand. You know, like I said before, they were selling for this price earlier, but you know, prices are always changing, so make sure that you do that. And whenever you are doing this moneymaker, it's important to try and sell off your items as quick as possible in terms of like you doing the moneymaker and then like selling them right after you're done. Like don't wait, you know, a couple of days to sell them because the prices may have dropped down. But of course the opposite is true. Sometimes the prices will go up and you'll get even more money, but you know, it's up to you whether you want to risk it or not. Went ahead and did another check, so we'll drop them down from 36.15 to 3600. 100k loss. Okay, maybe not that much. Maybe we'll do 36.10. And there we go. A huge chunk just instantly sold as soon as I dropped it down. Just a few coins. We'll take it. All right, and there we go. All of the black dragon leather has sold off. Let's go ahead and calculate the total profit, while of course depositing 1 coin. So 30,818,802 GP. Now the GE tax did take a nice chunk out of it, so that does suck. But yeah, still a decent amount of money made. If we take into account the cost of supplies, which was just the runes and of course the dragon leather that we bought, it was 29,687,290 GP. Subtract that from the profit we made, which was 30,818,802 GP. That gives us a grand total profit of 1,131,512 GP per hour, as well as 140,000 magic XP. So not bad at all. Now, the money is less than what the wiki estimated, even with the extra dragon hides that we were able to tan, but that's just because the margins weren't as good as what the wiki showed. That's why I said it's important that you do your own margin checks. The wiki said you were going to get like around 200 GP per dragon hide, and with the prices that we checked today, it was more like 164 GP profit per tanned hide, which is still decent, but you know, not nearly as much as what they were saying. But still, depending on the day, sometimes you'll get lucky, and this will be a great moneymaker, anywhere from like 1.5 to 2 mil, so make sure you take advantage of that. And I guess if you wanted to avoid the GE tax, since that did take quite a big chunk out, I think it was like 300 to 400k, that actually would have put us at the 1.5 mil mark. I guess find a way to either use that for crafting training and then sell that off to people who are high alching, or just, I guess, sell the materials off like that if you can to somebody to avoid the GE tax. Might not be the easiest thing to do, but if you can do it, then I say go ahead, especially if you've been doing this moneymaker for many hours. You'll definitely want to squeeze every bit of profit you can out of it. I just want to say thanks for checking out the video, and thank you to all of my channel members. Once again, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next episode.